Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We are about to unbox something called the Smartwatch International Smartwatch. Yeah, what's inside here comes to us from our long time no see TomTop. One of our great sponsors from last year has always got some interesting reclusive type devices that we don't see in the mainstream flow. This is one of them. It's called an HU-11S. HU-11S, also known as just the U-11S smartwatch. It's an Android thing with 1 gigabyte of RAM, 8 gigabytes of total storage. We'll show you the specs in a moment. Let's get into it first. I've got my little IMEI thing on a piece of paper, and I've got my watch right here. Now look at this. This is an Android watch. It's not really round. It's not really square. Kind of more square than round, I guess. Let's get it out of the bag. And it's got a really interesting kind of a dock to it. A leather band that we can get into to show you. Wow, what does that say? Don't tear. Okay. What in the world is this hanging off of there? Well, we're going to find out together. Honestly, I just opened it up. Let's see if we can take it out of the dock at least. Yeah. The dock comes off, and this is really interesting. I don't know if that's just for it to level and sit flat, or if it's got a little battery, but it's got the charging ports right there and a hookup for charging it. And this little thing hanging off of it. There's the back side, regular heart rate monitor, charger, button, microphone, a camera, recessed camera, not sticking out now, and probably the speaker right there. We have a bit of a cover on it. We can pull that off, remove the plastic cover. It looks also, from a little bit of the bubbling going on, that we've got a screen protector over it as well. Those sometimes bubble up when you take that cover off. That looks like it's a front button, and then you got the screen with leather bands and a little thing here that says don't tear. Huh. Okay, let's get into the... I told you they've got some really unusual stuff over at TomTop. Worth actually just perusing their whole website, tomtom.com, I think. If it's not, I'll have the link down below. Well, obviously, I'm going to have the link to the product, and you can look around from there as to what other goodies they've got. If you see something you like, let me know. A lot of times, a lot of these reviews come because of viewers like you who say, are you going to review this? In fact, this very morning, before I started this review, I was going through a bunch of the comments from last night, and sure enough, somebody said, are you going to review the U-11S? I said, I've got the box right in front of me. I'm definitely going to be doing it. Here's the charging wire, and of course, it just goes in there and plugs into your USB standard charging arrangement. Some sort of a quality QA thing, and then a manual at the very bottom, which is in Chinese on this side, and we hope, yes, in English on this side. So let's take a look at that. Power key, home key, and a back key. So there are two keys, one on the front, one in the back. The charging information. Okay, there's your QR code to download and install the app, or you can do it from your phone using that web address. Not saying what the app is, huh? Well, we'll have to check that out. More information on Bluetooth pairing and your gestures. It's kind of looking like one of those simple tethering type watches, but it's full Android. So we might have one of those tweeners, something that's a little like this, a little like that. Pedometer, heart rate testing, playing music, controlling your music. All that looks like typical tethering stuff. Ooh, a compass in it. Okay, and a browser. And more information. Now, change or adjust the watch strap. It looks like it's a removable strap. That might mean that that is the antenna then. And you could actually, yes you can, you could actually remove the band. Are we looking at an Android smartwatch? Wow! Did not expect this. Did not expect that either. Yeah, you can see the wire going in there. I guess when you wear it, well, I'll put it back together. We'll turn it on and put it on and let's see what it does. Well, and another unusual feature is the button is on the back side, the camera's on the front, and we'll press and hold and we'll let this thing come up. It says welcome. I think we have a whole different watch here. We haven't seen this beginning screen before. Interesting. I've got the specs for you, just ready to show them to you, but I thought we'd just look at the boot up. Well, all right, let's see if we can get them both up on the screen. Terms of specs for the 1 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte watch. It says it's starting apps. Okay, and it's up to a watch face. We've got a quad-core 6580 chip. That's typical with the nano SIM capability, Android 5.1, all your 2G, 3G stuff. A 320 by 320 pixel, 1.54-inch square screen. Okay, it is a square watch. A tiny little 0.3 megapixel camera. They won't be sharp images. But look at that, a decent 420 milliamp hour battery should give us 3 days of standby time. Bunch of languages supported. Support for all the regular stuff, GPS, heart rate, pedometer, and so forth. Okay, and it'll of course support both iPhone and Android in its tethering capability. So, here it is. There you go, with its first watch face. And yeah, we do have different ones on here. We'll look at those in a little bit. Let's just pick a bright one. That looks interesting. Okay. All right, and it's easier for me to work with if I take it off to show you. By the way, you see that little, the little thing was hanging out on the corner. My guess is that's the antenna, and that's their solution to being able to have removable bands by putting it there. Oh, look at that. I landed in a sound recorder somehow. Okay. Once we go down, we have a page here that has a lot of options. This is a whole new operating system. Wow. All right. I can turn Wi-Fi on here if I want. I can turn GPS location, Bluetooth, and airplane mode. Wow. That looks like it's usually power off. And it is. I just shut it down. I know. You guys are frustrated with me right now. I'll boot it right back up. Sorry. Okay, don't touch that one. That's cellular right there, cellular connection. This would be your twist the wrist to show the time. And that's looks like it's your sound levels. We have got cellular up here. Looks like cellular connection. And then battery level is right there. And that's on that screen. If you slide the other direction, we get an overall, wow, okay, we've got a brightness level. Good, that's where we can control the overall brightness. I like that. Settings. This looks like your sound settings. Okay, how you can select the sound. Oops, I think I just went into silent, right? Let's go into outdoor. That's usually the loudest one. Then it looks like sound recorder. Is that right? Yeah. How does this work? Hello, this is a test. It looks like we're recording. There's no bouncing needle, but it is actually running off some seconds. So let's see how this sounds. Stop that. Save succeeded. Yeah, how do I get to it? Recording file. There it is. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. You hear it? Looks like we're recording. There's no bouncing needle, but it is actually running off some seconds. So let's see how this sounds. Okay, not terribly loud, kind of tinny as a matter of fact, but it does work. That's the sound recorder. And we should be able to go back. Well, when in doubt, hit the side button, right? All right. That was coming from here. Then we have camera. Yes, indeed. We have a camera. Take a picture of my hand. Bring it back up. There's the hand. Oh, look at that. We have... Whoa, did we have pinch and zoom? No, it looked like it did, but it flipped back into camera. We have double tap. So we have a double tap zoom capability in here. And you can look at editing it, rotating it, cropping it, setting a picture. There's your details. Shows you how big it is. 480 by 640. So it's like the old TV standards with a tiny file size. So it's a small camera taking small pictures, but got a lot of information about it and where it's located. All right. Good. We've covered the camera. What does this do? No connection between phone and watch. Okay, that maybe would switch to the remote camera capability on the phone, perhaps. And those are the items there. The overall settings are here. You have your connection, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the QR code to scan for the Tethering app. Back. We have your SIM cards. If you have a SIM card in there, information related to that. Whole different type of layout, for our operating system. Default SIM app for the messaging. You can do an airplane mode and go into your cellular networks, which are not active because we don't have a SIM in there, I guess. Display, the brightness level, control right there, and your sleep time, which should be from, 15 seconds up to 30 minutes. That's broad, okay. Sound notifications, that's what we saw before. We selected the outdoor for the bright one. Your overall battery. Okay, this is how much standby, I don't know what that is. Maybe that shuts things down in the background. Your screen and other things, what the watch has been using most of the battery for. Apps, we don't have any downloaded. We have some running apps in here. It tells you that. And all. So this is all Android 5.1. Your location it's turned on. Nothing's using it right now. Language and input. Keyboards. Reset. I don't want to do that right now. Your overall date and time, automatic time zone, and about the watch. Developer options. It's a model. There it is. Android 5.1, security patch, baseband, kernel version. So these are the things you'd look for November 8th, 2017 to see if you need to update yours or what the current firmware is. I don't see an automatic update capability. There is your developer options, which are very scary, folks. When you can see this and you can get in here, don't mess around with anything that changes the screen resolution. If you see all of that stuff, stay away from it. It's got way too much stuff that you should be able to touch, so don't go in there if you don't need to. And that is settings that we got to from there. Okay, down and up. If we go to the left, we get your dialer and messaging for your SIM card, and you can't go any further left. Go to the right, we go to a music player. That, if we had any songs installed, we would be able to play them. And that switches to, I think this is your remote music player. That's what it was saying in the manual, that you could be playing the music that's on your phone if you have it tethered. And you have your volume controls in forward and back. Kind of nice. That was the music. And you can have it in one mode or the other, I guess. Then you get to your fitness, where you have a coach. What is that doing? Steps. Heart rate is happening. So this is your real-time workout. There's really tiny digits, but there's your time. That looks like your steps, and that looks like your blood pressure, or your heart rate. And you can pause it or you can stop it. You have history on that. Interesting. Okay, that's a new way of doing it. Your overall pedometer, where you can put in your height, weight, stride length, or step length. That's good. And toggle the units from kilometers to metric, or to English, miles, centimeters to feet. Cool. All right. Save all that. And then you've got history. And you got your heart rate, which is right here. Start it. And you get your diode blinking. And you do your heart rate. And that's all of the fitness area. Then we get to what looks like a weather screen with predictions. And back out of that one. And that's it. So you have weather, fitness, music, and calling. So where are all the apps? One touch. There you go. You're in your application drawer. Okay, now check this out. Settings we already went through. You got the sound recorder. We did that. You got contacts and music. Sorry. We already looked at those. Wow. Oh, okay, it went to alarms. That was the next one, I guess. Contacts, music, calendar. There's your overall calendar with some Chinese characters in here for the month. Your alarm clock, it just flashed on that. That's where you can set your alarms. I gotta hand it. It's not that sensitive. You gotta hit just right. Your overall file manager on the watch. How much you've used of your 4.7 gigabytes that are available. Only tiny amount has been used. That takes you in to where you can see what's inside your phone in all the different folders, including recordings and pictures and such. Come on. There we go. There we go. Then your downloads, if you download any. Nothing in there. A browser. Just your basic browser, I guess. The compass. Okay, we got digital compass in here. I like the color of the compass with the band itself. And it's responsive, snappy. The red should be pointing right at me. I'm at the due north, and it is. Okay, very good quality compass. The gallery for your pictures. There's my hand that we took before. Bring it up. Yeah. All the things you can do with that. Like go back. Gallery. Okay. And then camera, which we already turned on and played with. Notice something missing? Yeah, there's no Google stuff. No Google Play Store, no Google services, nothing Google, no Google account to log into. It's an Android 5.1 watch, and it doesn't have Google in it. Now, I don't know if that's something that they're going to be fixing, I hope, with a firmware update, but it's definitely a drawback in terms of being able to install your own apps. Now, perhaps through a download, through side loading, we could load in the Google Play Store. And if I get that to work, I'll put information in the show notes to let you know. Or maybe even do another update review on this. But for right now, it's a bit disappointing that you've got just basically a watch that will do calling if you have a SIM card, play music, some light sport activity, a possibility of getting weather if it locates in your area, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, but I do want to show you the watch faces. That's let's go back to the very first one. I'll show you just the thumbnails so you get a feel for them, unless there's some you want to go into. Just holler out and I'll stop. Because there's a whole lot of them in here. some white ones, some black ones with light on color. Let's look at that one. You can see by the bezel around the edge too that the screen itself is relatively small with respect to the layout of the watch, but nonetheless with the rounded corners and everything. You put this on and you've got a pretty attractive watch. Yeah. I mean, if the price is right and you can get some of the Google stuff on this, it probably is a nice little watch. It's showing the square. Now, it is a little weird to me to see this harsh square with a rounded corner that almost is begging to have an oval or a round watch face. But all of these are square watch faces so far. There's a nice big digital one for outdoors. Oh, a landscape one, but it's not animated, so no animated wallpaper going on. Some more. There's a funky one. Can you tell what time it is? Oh, there's the clock way down in the corner. Yeah, I'm not sure about angles and curves on this watch. Okay. A nice outdoor one looking at the sky with it looks like auroras running through it. Well, we are definitely looking at something new. We have not seen any of these watch faces as far as I recognize, nor the operating system layout, nor an Android watch that doesn't have Google support to it. There you go. There's kind of a round one on the square watch. That feels a little nice. It's got some nuances to it that, yeah, I wish they had a few more of the round ones in here. They're all square. Yeah, and that's it. That's the last one. Okay, removable bands, easily removable bands on this watch. A delicate antenna dongle on this watch that you don't tear. And it looks like it got kind of put in there a little funky. Because of this, I would oh yeah, look at that. I would say definitely it's not a waterproof watch at all. In fact, I wouldn't get water anywhere near it because of that. It's different, and it comes to us from TomTop. Yeah, it's $73. Look for a discount if we can get you one down below. The HU-11S Smartwatch phone. Whole gigabyte of RAM to run all of your screaming applications, but right now it doesn't seem to be a way to get them in there. 8 gigabytes of storage. Could be a really nice removable band Android smartwatch if you're careful with that dongle thing. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. Look in the show notes for more information on the future of this watch. Thanks for checking us out. We'll talk to you again soon.